these stupid companies that write these articles, and what they're doing is they're putting their own opinion in it, sprinkling their own opinion in it, sometimes just forcing it down people's throats. Pause. And then they want to say that it's fact. They want to say this is for sure happening. So here I am in the middle of editing a video that I made earlier. And then, of course, I get kind of sidetracked, and then I'm looking on the internet. I see this. Warner Brothers Discovery is trying to reduce its debt, but reducing diversity to appeal to middle America isn't the way to do that. They come out with these articles that try and paint the new regime at Warner Brothers Discovery all bad and terrible because they're getting rid of the stuff that these people didn't even watch anyways. Am I lying? So this article says, as Warner Brothers Discovery continues its ongoing corporate reshuffling, more and more people have started to worry about the future of the media giant. With shows like the Gordita Chronicles, the Afro-Latina-led Batgirl, and the Spanish-language docuseries Menudo, Forever Young, being canceled despite their critical acclaim and fan excitement. I don't know one single soul that was excited for fucking Batgirl. Michael Keaton was supposed to be in this movie, and no one still gave a fuck. The company's new leadership has made it clear that they are scaling back on the diverse slate of programming. Huh? So should we go to this fucking article? That exact same person that wrote that article that I was just reading wrote this article. There seems to be a pattern with new shows and films that are getting the axe on HBO Max. People have noticed a pattern with Warner Brothers Discovery's recent cancellations. Many of the shows and films canceled highlighted communities that are hugely underrepresented in the media. Really, no one in these past few generations can really say that we haven't had any fucking representation, because we've had plenty of it. Even the gays and the lesbians and all of them. Everyone's had representation. I'm getting sidetracked, of course. But to make matters worse, this pattern is something that 30 members of Congress warned the agency of in a letter. Stated that Discovery's acquisition of Warner Brothers could lead to a loss of diverse content that would serve their audience best. I'm all for diversity. I'm all for diverse content. But let me tell you, man, before they got rid of a lot of these fucking shows that didn't make them any money, which is why they got rid of it. No, none of y'all are watching it, but yeah, y'all complain when y'all see that it's gone.
I'll leave. I'm going to leave, and you can keep this piece of shit. It's absolutely worthless to me. We got it from you. It's yours.
A lot of those shows, most of those shows, no one was watching. So when all y'all sit here and complain, all this show and that show is canceled and or it got taken off of HBO Max, fam, not enough people watched it. I'm sure there are a couple shows in that handful of stuff of content that got taken off HBO Max or got canceled that I liked. I mean, this upcoming season of Titans and Doom Patrol is going to be their last seasons. I enjoy those two shows. Not as much as I enjoyed their first seasons. But I still enjoy those two shows. They're getting canceled. You don't see me here bitching and crying. And here's one thing before I move on, or before we go back to the other article, to the original article, because I do want to talk about more from that article. NoFilmSchool.com. You guys are going to put on your page some shit like this, or on your website, some shit like this, that's saying that, oh, Congress warned us of all of this that was going to happen. Warned us of what? It's not necessarily diverse content that they just decided to take off or anything like that. They're taking off literally what does not make them money. you have to realize that you have to pay residuals to people, to actors and actresses, amongst other crews, I'm assuming. Residual checks. So yes, what's some old shows they have on there? Degrassi. You have guys on Degrassi that are still getting paychecks from Degrassi because it's on HBO Max and people are watching it, or at least they were. I don't know if it's still there. It might still be there. I'll check at some point soon. This is the exact shit that I'm always talking about. They want to sit here, bitch and complain when they don't have this and don't have that, but you don't get up and actually do the fucking work. It's just the same thing a couple years ago. We're saying, I don't get hired because I'm this, and I don't get hired because of that. No, it's because you're a lazy piece of shit. It has nothing to do with your physical appearance. Now, I want to get back to Batgirl, man. Because we have these idiots right here saying that the ongoing cancellations and limiting diverse content has been going on throughout August and have allowed us to look closely at what is really happening at HBO. So they're saying since Batgirl, things have gotten worse. So apparently Batgirl not being shown, Batgirl being canceled is now, apparently that sparked a handful of people to now run to their fucking websites and put up articles saying that Discovery Warner Brothers or Warner Brother Discovery is racist. And they don't like diverse content. They don't accept diversity or some stupid shit. Really? That's what we're going to do here. So in a statement to Daily Beast, HBO stated, HBO and HBO Max have always shown a commitment to diverse programming and storytellers and always will. Highlighting diverse shows like Euphoria, a show called Rap Shit, a show called Black Lady Sketch Show, and a show called Los Espookies. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So, and I think those are actually terrible examples. There's better examples on HBO Max that are actually way more diverse than these shows. Now we're going back to solely opinion based with this article. HBO Max is popular with diverse groups, single people, and users of TikTok and Twitter. False. While Discovery Plus caters to predominantly white married people who use Facebook and Twitter. False. That actually happened. This is not a real demographic that this person that wrote this article or that this site actually pulled from anywhere. That this is not an actual statistic. These are not real statistics. Just want to let you guys know that. Before we move on to the next part, which is the part of the firings, right? I want to talk about this real quick. The reason they got rid of Batgirl, and the reason I was so happy that they got rid of Batgirl as soon as they announced it, because I was not looking forward to this fucking movie. I was when they first announced it, but as we kept getting more and more details about the movie, hell, even when Brendan Fraser was announced as to be Firefly, I was like, yes, that I'm intrigued by that. That's awesome. And then we kept getting some more news about what the characters are going to be like and what's going to be the story. Not the full story, but what's it going to, certain details of certain characters. And I was like, oh, well, I can see where this is going. I can see what kind of movie they're going to be fucking making. I'm out. So as soon as they announced it months later, I was like, thank fuck that this movie did not have to come out and people did not have to fucking see this. Because, first of all, no one was asking for it. Nobody was asking for it. Nobody was looking for it. We would have watched it. They would have put it on HBO. They kept going back and forth. We're going to stream it on HBO Max. Oh, no, it's going to go to theaters. Oh, no, it's going to go back to just the HBO Max movie. And now it's gone. And the other day, they just had the funeral for it. They had they went on a lot of Warner Brothers and watched the movie. I guess the cast and crew did. And now it's going to be stored away forever. So, Batgirl does not exist. Much like the Flash movie. Probably. No, I think they'll lose too much money if they do that. They would lose way too much money if they got rid of the Flash movie. Hey, I've been hearing some good things about the movie. But anyways, we're not here for that. Batgirl is not the hill to die on if you are any kind of DC fan. It's not the hill to die on. That's like me trying to die on Batman Beyond. If there was a Batman Beyond movie that got made, and then the Warner Brothers executives said, "Oh yeah, this movie's shit," there's no fucking way we can save this movie in any form. Whether we put it on the straight to the streaming or whether we put it out in theaters, there's no fucking way we're gonna be able to save this movie. There's no way this movie's gonna. We cannot co-sign this fucking movie. It's shit. If that's the case, I would be happy. I was even more happy about the Batgirl shit just because of the certain details that they kept putting, the more and more certain details that I kept hearing about the fucking movie. And I was like, yeah, this movie's going to be bad. And sure enough, old David Zaslav, laugh. Old Zaslav came in and he got rid of it. He said, oh yeah, this movie's shit. And they can clearly see that the audience of HBO Max, the audience of Warner Brothers, a lot of it was fucking toxic. Look at the Snyder Cult. That should be enough right there. Now they want to talk about the lack of diversity already. The quote unquote lack of diversity already. I've seen the Ray Fisher Smollett comments on surfing around Twitter of how they want Ray Fisher Smollett to come back. He ain't coming back. Ray Fisher Smollett is not coming back. Anyways, a former HBO executive told the Daily Beast that the streaming service has been left with few people of color to oversee its diverse slate of programming. The platform has laid off close to 70 people in a month, including the teams that oversee unscripted, kids, and family and international content. Here's the kicker. As many as 13 people of color who were previously in charge of developing shows with diversity have been let go. A former HBO Max staffer told the Daily Beast that there are barely any non-white people left in the upper ranks of content after the layoffs started, which amplified that lack of diversity at HBO. Jesus Christ. These people will complain about fucking anything, dude. So here we go. Instead of complaining about how shitty their shows were, instead of taking criticism well from fans, you can't take criticism from your peers. Y'all getting fights with your peers on Twitter. You got the Mark Ruffalo's of the world, the Pedro Pascals of the world, even McGregor's of the world, that they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And Dallas Bryce Howard's of the world, the Jessica Chastain's, like, hey man, I could just keep going on. The Lisa Kudrow's of the world. Like, fam, these people will complain about fucking anything. 70 people were let go. 13 were of quote-unquote color. And you're complaining about that? These are the same people that complain. Because if it wasn't going to be this, it was going to be, oh, they fired 10 gay people or whatever the fuck. That would have been the next thing. The product will get better if you have people that actually care about the product. I was just talking about this a few weeks ago with the whole Triple H thing in WWE. What happened? New regime. He had proved himself at NXT that he could take something as small as NXT and turn it into this global phenomenon. And then the higher up stepped on it and turned it into shit again. And now it all came full circle because now he is the highest of the higher ups. Well, when it comes to the actual product of the thing, not the company, but of the product. And we can already see that it's turning around for the better. How many negative WWE videos have I posted lately? Not many, right? That's telling. Because once the product gets better, once the environment gets better, you're going to have better employees, a.k.a. actors and actresses. So we're not going to see all this stupid-ass fuck shit happen. We're not going to see the Ezra Millers of the world anymore around Warner Brothers products, around Warner Brothers productions. For whatever reason, they felt that they did not need these 70 people, regardless of what it was. But if you're saying that these 13 people, quote unquote, of color, were in charge of developing shows and all this other stuff, or developing shows with diversity and all this stuff, look, that doesn't mean we're not going to get any more diversity. It means that the story's going to come first. Story first, character development, but that's part of the story, whatever. But if you really think for 2 seconds that Warner Brothers Discovery does not know what the fuck they're doing, you are out of your goddamn mind. You are out of your goddamn mind. We all know that Warner Brothers is going to get better. They've got no choice, man. They've already pushed a couple movies. They pushed Aquaman. They pushed Shazam was supposed to come out in, November, December. That got pushed to next year as well. Because they don't even have enough money to market their movies. So we're basically getting Black Adam, and that's it for the rest of the year, unfortunately. Damn, that movie better be good. But anyways, man, make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe. It's your boy, Corn. And I am OUT.